including Adley Rutschman, who could not stop smiling when he was talking about the big moment.
Super excited. This is a complete blessing to have an opportunity like this to play postseason baseball with a great group of guys, in a stadium with an electric atmosphere. And so there's nothing more you can really ask for. It's, the opportunity to do something like this is amazing, and you kind of cherish it. And so, that's why I'm smiling, and I just crushed a cold brew, so.
So Adley Rutschman, confirmed big cold brew guy. He's drinking coffee before this one. Kyle Bradish has been named the O starter for Game 1. Bradish, he's been on one of the best starting pitchers this season with a 2.83 ERA that ranks 4th best in all of baseball. Now in his 2nd MLB season, Bradish getting set to pitch in the biggest game of his young career.
It's going to be a blast having 45+ thousand Camden Yards filled up. Going to be really excited. But I think it's the same game that I've been playing. I've played in big stadiums that are full and loud. Just got to embrace it. All these people are here to watch us and have fun, so why not do the same?
It's a big week for the Ravens as well. They get set to face the Steelers. When the injury report came out, Odell Beckham Jr. listed as questionable with an ankle injury. But Beckham Jr., he says he expects to play in this one. He weighs in on the rivalry coming up tonight on the late edition of Sports Unlimited. Guys, I'm going to get out of here at Camden Yards before I get hit with one of these foul balls from the Texas Rangers. Live at Camden Yards, Rocco DeSangro for Sports Unlimited.
And remember, Fox is your home for the 2023 World Series. You can watch Game 1 beginning October 27th right here on Fox 45. And you can listen to Rocco and Ryan Ripken talk all things O's on the Rip and Rock podcast. New episodes drop every Monday. You can stream them anywhere you get your podcasts. Jasmine?
Thanks, Kai. We are getting ready for the next weather maker. That will lead to showers tonight, and the showers continue into the early afternoon tomorrow. Temperatures will be much lower. We're talking highs around 70. Then after that, we'll enjoy a dry day on Sunday. However, temperatures will be much cooler, with temperatures only reaching the 60s. I'll let you know when to expect the next warm up in my full forecast in about 20 minutes. Back to you.
Jasmine, thank you. Put the power of the Weather Authority Storm Center in your hands. Download the free WBFF Weather Authority app for your smartphone. Use our powerful Doppler radar to follow storms right to your street. Go to your app store and search WBFF to get started. Coming up on Fox 45 News at 6 o'clock, $9,000 is being offered for anyone who can help bring suspects to justice in the Morgan State University shooting. The calls from police. And could a big change in Annapolis lead to fewer consequences for youth offenders? Where lawmakers stand on controversial juvenile justice reform.
Officials now confirming there were 2 shooters during the Morgan State incident. We have the latest details on that investigation. Then pushback over a plan to charge kids who commit crimes automatically into the juvenile system. The biggest concerns being raised tonight. And let's go O's. How fans are gearing up for the team's first playoff game tomorrow.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News at 6.
Anyone that knows anything, even if this person is your brother or your son, these individuals that we're looking for, let us know. Because folks who will recklessly shoot into crowds, they don't care. The next time they might be shooting at you.
New developments tonight surrounding that mass shooting that injured 5 people at Morgan State University. Good evening, I'm Maxine Stryker. We begin with Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell, who has the latest on the investigation into the shooting.
Investigators now say they're searching for 2 shooters and 2 persons of interest in this case, all 4 pictured on this reward flyer. Officials now offering a $9,000 reward in this case. Take a closer look. Investigators looking for help in locating and identifying all 4 individuals. This picture is a still image of surveillance footage investigators released several days ago. This mass shooting happening outside of Thurgood Marshall Residential Hall on October 3rd. 5 people were shot, 4 of them students. Today, investigators say all but 1 victim has been released from the hospital. In terms of this investigation, officials have still not revealed details of the believed motive. Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley originally said this was a dispute between 2 groups and the intended target was not shot. Rather, those 5 innocent victims who today he says were just enjoying the night. I asked if this original intended target has provided any insight in terms of a motive or the suspects, and if officials had any intel of a prior dispute. Worley said he couldn't answer those questions, that they are part of the investigation.
Not that I'm aware of. We are not aware of that, but the investigation is being handled by the Baltimore Police Department, so I don't want to go over any information that we should not release, so I'll rely on the commissioner to answer that question. We will take additional steps and have taken additional steps to increase our police presence.
The president of Morgan State University also present for this press conference. He reiterated how much of a difficult decision this was to cancel and postpone homecoming activities. The police chief also here, and he announced several enhanced security measures, including an enhanced police presence and enhanced use of technology. He says an armed uniformed officer will now be present at Thurgood Marshall Residential Hall, and an added security guard. A guard will be added at each housing facility. There are 5 in total here on Morgan State University's campus. Again, officials asking for any information attempting to identify and locate 2 shooters, 2 additional believed persons of interest in this case, and a $9,000 reward now being offered. Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
Well, as the juvenile crime crisis continues to raise concerns in Maryland's communities, Fox 45 is looking at a proposed plan that's already facing pushback. Our Mackenzie Frost has a closer look at the concern about automatically charging kids in the juvenile system.
This proposal has been introduced for years, but prosecutors we're hearing from argue the juvenile services system right now is not providing adequate services, and any changes could potentially mean fewer consequences for young offenders. New Gonzalez polling showing Marylanders are looking for consequences, especially when it comes to juvenile offenders.
And what we found statewide, 59% of Marylanders say we need a strict approach. 35% said a more moderate approach.
But in Annapolis, with the legislative session just months away, the concern arising about another attempt to start young offenders in the juvenile system, regardless of crime committed.
I think that's a bad idea.
Calvert County State's Attorney Robert Harvey Jr. says juvenile crime is increasing in his area. And the idea of starting kids in the juvenile system could not only overburden an already stressed system, but send the wrong message, too.
How do you tell a victim's family that you can't charge someone as an adult because of their age when they've committed such a horrible act.
In 2023, Senator Jill Carter introducing the legislation.
So this bill simply...
Senate Bill 93. During testimony for her plan, Carter says kids' brains are not fully developed, and prosecutors can ask a judge to move the case to the adult system if necessary.
The burden should not be placed on children to convince a court, I'm a child.
Carter's plan dying in committee, like the same idea did in 2022 when introduced, and a House version in 2021.
The system cannot handle what it's got right now.
Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates says the Department of Juvenile Services is struggling to provide the necessary resources for kids it oversees. And the idea of automatically charging kids in the juvenile system?
Absolutely not. It's a terrible idea. To me, that's jumping from the frying pan into the fire.
While some lawmakers continue to push for the plan, voters indicate they support a tougher on crime approach. In addition to the Gonzalez poll showing the majority of voters support holding juvenile offenders accountable, a new Goucher poll shows Ivan Bates has the highest approval rating of all Baltimore City leaders. 57% of voters approve of what Bates is doing.
I'm sick of all the crime in Baltimore.
The same man who ran on a tough on crime platform when he ousted incumbent state's attorney Marilyn Mosby in 2022. Meanwhile, Harvey implores lawmakers to listen to what people on the ground are saying about juvenile crime laws.
I think we've seen across the board the results of some of this legislation. I'm not saying it wasn't well intentioned, but I think there has definitely been a backfire. I think we need to look long and hard before we can continue down that path.
And allow kids who commit violent crimes to start in the adult system, giving prosecutors the option to ask for the case to be moved to juvenile court instead. This afternoon, we got a statement from House Speaker Adrienne Jones essentially throwing cold water on this proposal moving forward during the next session. In the statement, she says the DJS is not adequately providing services right now and is not set up to provide the rehabilitative services for young offenders who are committing crimes like rape and murder. In the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
Well, Fox 45 has heard from more than a dozen state's attorneys across Maryland to represent more than 5.4 million people and 87% of the state's population. They say their hands are tied when it comes to holding young offenders accountable.
They know that, nothing's really going to happen to them if they keep their crime in a certain limit of types of crime.
They come in, we can't detain them, they're back in the community the next day.
We all have the same sad song, no matter where we are in the state.
State's attorneys are taking issue with two laws. The Juvenile Justice Reform Act limits children 13 and under from facing most charges, and the Child Interrogation Act prevents police from questioning juvenile suspects without attorney and parent permission. And that brings us now to our question of the day. Should kids be automatically charged as an adult regardless of the crime they commit? So far, 91% of those who voted say yes. You can head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in. We're taking a live look now over Camden Yards. Excitement building in Baltimore as the O's prepare to take on the Texas Rangers tomorrow afternoon. It is their first playoff game after they clinched their first AL East title in 9 years. Today, the team held a pep rally outside of City Hall to get fans pumped for the big game. Fox 45's Olivia Dance headed down there and has the latest.
Usually it's Purple Friday, but today we're wearing orange, representing the Orioles ahead of the playoffs. I got on my Orioles hat. Now, Camden Yards is completely empty, but tomorrow that will be a different story as it will be filled with fans. And we spoke with many of those excited fans today.
That was an American League Championship spelling.
The energy all across Baltimore is electric.
Let's celebrate the success of the Orioles. Let's go O's!
With the Orioles as the AL East champions and preparing for their first playoff game on Saturday.
I am greatly excited. I have been excited about a team since '83.
There's a lot to be excited about.
To support the Orioles, and I'm happy that they're going. It's been so long, first of all, and I'm just happy to see them go to the playoffs at least. Hopefully they'll make it to the World Series, but it gives us something to look forward to. There's so much stuff going on.
On Friday, a postseason rally outside City Hall.
So that's why we're having this rally today. It's because of the Orioles and the magnificent season they've had.
getting the team and the fans pumped for the playoffs.
And the fans definitely have a big impact on the playoff.
The first playoff game on our home turf at Camden Yards against the Texas Rangers.
We are so proud of this team, and we're going to show the Texas Rangers that everything is bigger in Texas, including these losses that they're about to get.
Black and orange taking over the city.
I got number 5 on to honor Brooks.
Many hoping for a World Series win in honor of the great Brooks Robinson, number 5, who passed away just before the playoffs.
This is one of the best, and I'm proud to be part of this magic. It hasn't been this good since Brooks Robinson days.
It would be the first World Series championship since 1983.
We love the Orioles, you love the Orioles, and we're about to go out and win a World Series.
But first things first, winning Saturday's game.
I think winning the first game is huge. They need to get that momentum. You know, the pitching needs to be there. Our bullpen needs to be better. I think they definitely got a shot, though. It's going to be a good match.
And no matter what.
Go O's!
Go O's!
Let's go, Orioles!
Go O's and go Birds, period.
Let's go, O's! Let's go, O's! Let's go, O's!
Let's Go O's is right, and tomorrow's game starts at exactly 1:03 in the afternoon right here at Camden Yards. Of course, don't forget to wear your black and orange. But for now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News.
We want to see how you're getting ready for Orioles playoff baseball. Share pictures and videos of you and your favorite Orioles gear. You can make submissions at foxbaltimore.com/chime-in or on the WBFF app. You can also scan the QR code on your screen. And you can catch up on all things O's with the Rip and Rock podcast. Ryan Ripken and our own Rocco DeSangro break it all down with new episodes every Monday. You can stream them anywhere you get your podcasts. The new jobs report for August showing numbers that exceeded expert expectations, a breakdown of the new data and its effect on today's stocks.
How long will the House of Representatives go without a speaker? And why does Donald Trump say he's willing to fill in on that job if need be? I'm Scott Thuman in Washington to sort it all out.
And we are keeping track of a few showers around the state, but we have more rain on the way tonight. I'll let you know the timing of the rain and what to expect as we head into the rest of the weekend in my full forecast.
The fight over who will be the next Speaker of the House is intensifying tonight as two frontrunners emerge and as Donald Trump throws his hat into the ring as well. A vote is expected next week. St. Clair's chief political correspondent Scott Thuman brings us up to speed on why that could be a challenge for Republicans.
Well, Maxine, this is the byproduct of firing a speaker. You have to come up with a new one. And while that excites some lawmakers here on the Hill, others realize it may not be so easy. It is a tale of two Trumps, one making an endorsement for the next Speaker of the House, the other offering to do the job himself if need be. Trump's pick, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan.
Look, I like the job I got now. I never wanted to do this job, but someone has to. Who can bring the team together and can go communicate to the country, and that's why I'm running.
Trump posting Jordan is strong on crime, borders, our military, vets, and Second Amendment. He's competing with current House Majority Leader Steve Scalise of Louisiana.
Day one, Speaker Steve Scalise, you will see challenge President Biden to sit down and start talking about the crisis at the border that everybody in America knows is a major problem that he doesn't want to solve.
Either would face a daunting challenge if handed the gavel, as Republicans struggle to find common ground within the party and meet demands for more responsible spending by those who ousted Kevin McCarthy. The initiator, Matt Gaetz, spoke to the national desk.
Kevin McCarthy built the yellow brick road of working with Democrats. He did so initially on the debt limit deal that abolished the debt limit that allows Joe Biden to accrue as much debt as he wants until January of 2025. Now I think we can really rise from the ashes.
But should no one be able to get a majority vote, Trump telling Fox News he is willing to become Speaker, which is allowed even though he's not a member of the House.
I will do it if necessary. Should they not be able to make their decision, I would only do it for the party. Oh, this makes things interesting.
Yes, it does.
Even more interesting.
Yeah.
But with such a slim margin in the House, remember, Republicans just have a 9-seat advantage. They almost all have to be unified behind a candidate for it to work out. If not, you just look at Kevin McCarthy to see what happens. On Capitol Hill, Scott Thuman. Maxine, back to you.
The U.S. economy added an estimated 336,000 jobs last month, marking the largest monthly employment increase since January. That's according to new data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The unemployment rate held steady at 3.8%, and the number of unemployed workers was essentially unchanged at 6.4 million. Stock market futures tumbled by more than 200 points after today's report, suggesting Wall Street is anticipating another rate hike.
Right now, you're taking a look over Baltimore and over Towson. We're dry, warm, mostly cloudy, but all that is coming to an end. You can see a few showers on the HD radar, and that's part of our next weather maker. That will lead to the chance for showers this weekend, and it'll be followed by a big cool down. 77 currently and mostly cloudy over Baltimore. If you plan on eating outside over the next few hours, it looks pretty good. Enjoy the warm temperatures while we still have them. We're mainly seeing the 70s across the state. It's been another very warm day with above average temperatures. We've been keeping track of a few showers closer to the Elkton area. That rain's starting to push out of the state. However, we have more that's on the way, and it's all a part of this cold front. That's what's going to lead to showers. In fact, it's already leading to some areas of rain. This comes tonight after midnight. So notice as you wake up tomorrow morning around 7-8 o'clock, we're tracking areas of rain, and at times that rain could be moderate, even heavy. It continues off and on. This is around 1 o'clock. We are still tracking some showers around the state, but as we get closer to 2-3 o'clock, the rain starts to taper. Clouds will quickly clear after that, and will stay quiet overnight into Sunday. We'll wake up to plenty of sunshine. By the afternoon, still looking great, but notice those temperatures. We will be well below average with highs reaching the 60s. We're keeping watch on Philippe, which is expected to move toward the northwest, moving toward Maine and Canada, where it could make landfall on Sunday, leading to areas of heavy rain across Maine and New England, and also portions of Canada. It'll continue to weaken as it moves over land. Low temperatures will drop to 63. Again, the night starts off with dry weather and mostly cloudy skies, but after midnight, those showers start to move in, and they do continue into Saturday. The rain will gradually start to taper afternoon, and then for the evening, it looks great. Temperatures, though, below average. We are looking at the upper 60s and the low 70s, but as the weekend ends, temperatures only in the mid-60s. Coming up, I'll have a closer look at what to expect next week and when we'll have our next warm-up in the exclusive 10-day forecast.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
A calm morning sunrise in Nova Scotia, Canada, but that will change quickly as Philippe brings heavy rain and winds to the region this weekend. A fiery sunrise with shades of purple, orange, and red greeted these fishers on South Carolina's Sunset Beach. And Rumble the dog seems to know temperatures will be falling in many parts of the country this weekend.
Want to see your weather photos and videos on TV? Click Chime In on this station's website to share.
In tonight's Assignment America, MGM Resorts has been slapped with a $100 million loss from last month's cyber attack as guests learn that their information may have been compromised. The news is putting employees and guests on edge. Kay Dimanchev from our Sinclair sister station in Las Vegas has the story.
MGM strategically suspended services to avoid guest information being leaked. Unfortunately, hackers managed to get personal information of guests and employees. Last month, a criminal cyber attack caused MGM properties slot machines to go dark and kept guests waiting for hours to check in. MGM says systems have since returned to normal, but it resulted in a $100 million loss.
It's a lot of money, but it's one of the reasons why, ransomware operators and cyber criminals do that thing.
Casey Ellis, a 20-year-plus cybersecurity expert,